The NCAA football video game series has taken a step closer to returning. One extremely small step in a long distance race. Despite that, the head of the NCAA is looking to slow that excruciating pace down even more. The NCAA is trying its absolute best to revert that extremely small step that we just kind of took. So today we got a little bit of a discussion video. Don't forget to hit me up in the comments with y'all's thoughts on this. And if you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like and subscribe if you're brand new. Without further ado, let's get into it. Chew the wang. California State Senate passed a bill saying that all athletes at Cali schools could earn compensation for the use of their own name, image, and likeness. The bill passed easily, bro. In a 35-person majority rule vote, it passed 31-4. The bill would mean that players at every single college in California could earn endorsement deals, they could sell autographs, they could start a fully monetized YouTube channel, or, you know, be in a video game. We're talking USC, UCLA, Stanford, Cal, etc. There's like 20 something colleges that will qualify for this in California. And just thinking about it, man, if something like this would have passed when Reggie Bush was in school, crazy to think about, but I digress. When the NCAA got word that this bill passed, they immediately went on defense to try to prevent or at least postpone this bill. Here's a portion of the letter the NCAA wrote trying to stop its progress. We recognize all the efforts that have been undertaken to develop this bill in the context of complex issues related to the current collegiate model that have been the subject of litigation and much national debate. Nonetheless, basically just canceling out everything they just said, when contrasted with current NCAA rules as drafted, this bill threatens to alter materially the principles of intercollegiate athletics and create local differences that would make it impossible to host a fair national championship. As a result, it likely would have a negative impact on the exact student athletes it intends to assist. God damn it. Now the NCAA constantly does this. They constantly try to claim that any change to their system at all will hinder all the student athletes more than it'll help them. This is the same organization who just last month denied a student athlete from receiving a transfer waiver to be closer to his sick mother. Meanwhile, simultaneously clearing any star quarterback who transferred for immediate eligibility for pretty much any reason. They also put out this ridiculous commercial that I'll probably never get over. This is false advertisement, bro, or, you know, just a lie. Look, somewhere deep down, they might kind of care about some of these athletes, man, but they care way more about their bottom line. And this bill threatens their outdated business model of getting this criminally cheap labor while they take home billions. Then they sent a slick threat in there to attempt to upset the coaches and the people that work in the athletic departments of these schools. This was intended to scare the people who are already being paid and don't have to choose between a national championship hope or profit. They get both already. Now, different athletes with different mindsets will either like this or dislike this. Personally, I like it because you have a choice. Like, if you want to go to one of the Cali schools, that is a benefit. If you want to go to literally any other school right now, you know, we'll talk about it in a second, you compete for a national championship. Like, I'm perfectly fine with that option. I'm not being forced either way. I can choose. Y'all let me know in the comments, what would y'all do? Would you go to a school outside of California so you can compete for a national championship? Or would you go to a Cali school for the ability to utilize your own likeness? I'm sure there will be variables in each player's decision, but at face value, being able to essentially start building my brand / business while I'm still in college, like for me, that just sounds amazing and hella fun. Bro, I got so many ideas. Like, by the time I came out of school, I'd be set up for error, even if I was a bench player, trust me. Now, fortunately, a Newsweek article dropped today saying this: undeterred by the possibility that California athletics could be barred from NCAA championships, a state legislator is moving full steam ahead with her bill that would allow college athletes to profit financially from their name, and likeness. Here's a quote: "College sports is a hugely lucrative industry. The NCAA, colleges and universities pocket billions of dollars every year from TV and corporate sponsorships, while student athletes are blocked from receiving income for their talent and hard work. So it's not surprising that the NCAA will be worried about legislation that seeks to change the status quo." And look, man, the Cali State Senator makes some good points, saying, and I quote, "If the TV or movie industry were to feature and use college students and then refuse to compensate them, there would be universal outcry. The NCAA should be no different." Now, if y'all remember, I did a video a little while ago about the NCAA putting together a committee of their own to discuss and possibly make a decision on player likeness and all of that. I said that I felt it was just them buying time and saying that they would look into it and let us know in October. Then come October, they probably won't change anything. What the NCAA was hoping, at worst case scenario with that letter they sent, was to postpone this California bill until after that decision so that they maintain full power in the matter. But fortunately, it looks like the decision will already be made by California, seeing as how they're saying they're going to be full speed ahead and they have to make a final decision by July 11th. So when that happens, when the NCAA comes out with their decision or their findings or whatever in October, they're going to have to make some drastic change, which they try to avoid at all costs. Now, that change might be to punish the Cali schools and take them out of the running for national championships, or it might be to spread this ruling to other schools. I don't know, but it will force some action. The NCAA has really tried to stay as stagnant as possible on this matter. They don't want this to change at all. It's too good, they're getting too rich. So the bill is called the Fair Pay to Play Act, and it doesn't make schools pay players out of the school's revenue. It simply allows the players to profit off of their own likeness, which is fair. It also destroys the NCAA's whole "it's too complicated to determine who gets paid what" argument, because in this system, the market decides what a player's likeness is worth. So two of the NCAA's biggest excuses are out the window. They don't have to or even get to decide which player gets paid what, which players get paid, or how much they get paid. The market will literally decide all of that. Now, some people will say only star players are going to benefit from this. And while of course star players will benefit from this, the same way those star players benefit the schools that they go to, you don't have to be a star player to benefit from this. You can look at a person like Destroying right now. He was a member of the UCF team. He was the quarterback, receiver. My man was a kicker. Crazy athletic kicker, but a kicker. And he used his talent and personality to create content online. Literally any player at any Cali school could capitalize on that same type of thing. They just got to be smart enough to figure out how to navigate it. Now, the big time players who are gonna just really benefit off of this are gonna have the chance to learn some lessons in college that'll actually help them a lot more than these paper classes that they're attending or not attending. They're gonna have to make some real career decisions, learn to manage money, and a whole lot of things that are gonna help them tremendously once they go pro and have to deal with a whole lot more money. Now, with that said, there are definitely some drawbacks, and we see players get into the NFL and handle money terribly all the time. So of course some of these college cats would. I can definitely see some of these dudes maybe making some bad decisions, getting a sponsorship from a company that's not reputable. So precautions are gonna need to be taken, and somebody is gonna make a mistake at some point. But a wise man once said that you don't protect people by making them weak and restricting their growth. You protect them by making them strong and then teaching them discipline. When a 16-year-old high school student commits to a college, goes there for a couple months, realizes he doesn't like it, and then transfers, the NCAA punishes him, and fans come down on a 16, 17-year-old kid, all because he changed his mind on a decision that he made in high school. So if we feel like these kids can make a decision that big and that it should be binding, that means they're mature enough to figure out how to navigate using their own likeness. Anyway, that's just my thoughts on the matter. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. My name is Flimlo Raps. I'm gonna holler at y'all next time, fellas. One.